Welcome to a special edition of the Points and Miles Report here on Traveling on Everyday Spend. It's currently an early morning here on the 26th of February, and I'm doing this recorded live stream because today we have Bilt reservations that are going to start, and I always want to strive to provide you the most comprehensive information in one place for all of your points and miles information, and this would be an example of it. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and let's see what we have for Bilt today. So let's just start at the beginning as far as these Bilt multipliers, especially if you're new to this. So Bilt normally has multipliers of 3x on dining, 2x on travel, and 1x on everything else, including rent. But on rent day, which is the first of each month, we get double on the dining to 6x, travel gets doubled to 4x, and everything else gets doubled to 2x, except for rent, which stays at 1x. Now, the things that you have to always keep in mind with Bilt is you have to have 5 minimum transactions in your billing period to trigger these points, in that it's not just spend. And you need to maximize rent day. We learn more and more of how a lot of us are not maximizing rent day. And I've done videos on this, and I'll put some links in the description for you to kind of catch up on what's been going on with Bilt as of late. But I make sure for Bilt, all 5 of my transactions are done on the first. And that's my utilities, insurance, things where I'm getting 2x, which is normally the best I'm going to get anyway. So why not do it with Bilt? And this doubling of Bilt multipliers begins on March 1st at 12 a.m. So if you're out late, past midnight, you can already get started with it. And it's for 24 hours, and you can earn up to a maximum of 1,000 bonus points. So that is where the base foundation of Bilt multipliers are. So now let's look at the Bilt Neighborhood Cafe and the Cafe Collection. So Bilt Neighborhood Cafe started, I think, last month, and it's a cafe that's located in NoHo in Manhattan on 31 Bond Street. And on rent day, you can celebrate with a complimentary black coffee, hot or iced. And for this month, you can also have a mini cinnamon roll from Chloe. Now, you just need to show your membership on the app to get that. And this is available to the first 1,000 Bilt members on March 1st from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. As far as the cafe collection, this is limited edition apparel and homeware related to this neighborhood cafe in Bond Street. This is where Bilt's home is, there in the NoHo neighborhood. Now, there are premium branded sweatshirts, handcrafted ceramic coffee mugs, and these are available in the app. They also do this merchandise at the cafe, but this is definitely something for people that are in that NoHo area to be able to take advantage of. And then let's move to the rent-free game show that they do every month. And this month it is with the Points Guy founder, Brian Kelly, as well as the Bilt founder, Akar Jain. Brian is promoting his best-selling book, How to Win at Travel. You do need to play by 3 p.m. on March 1st. It's a Family Feud style show if you've never done it. Now, the top 10 players will be revealed as of 4 p.m. on March 1st, and you can become rent winners up to $2,500. The next top 500 members will get extra Bilt reward points since you were so good at it. Then let's take a look at the complimentary fitness add-ons. And I try to remind everybody about this because a lot of times we think about everything just being on rent day. But if you're a person that's into fitness, there are things that you're going to be able to get all throughout the month. And so we basically have Y7 Studio has complimentary mat and towel rental. Soul Cycle has complimentary shoe rental and bottle of water. Cycle Bar has complimentary shoe rental. Rumble Boxing, which is one of the newer ones, will have complimentary glove rental. Core Power Yoga is also a relatively new one, complimentary yoga mat and towel rental. And then Berries, which is brand new for this month, will provide complimentary shake at fuel bar locations. And so let's talk about what Bilt Rent Day Fitness entails. SoulCycle has been the foundation of Bilt Rent Day Fitness, and it continues with a ride that is available at 50 plus centers around the country. It's a 45-minute, obviously full body indoor cycling ride. They do 10 complimentary bikes per rent day. Ride class will be available. You can book the class starting at 11 a.m. today here on the 26th. Now, if you're a platinum member, you get a 10-minute head start at 10:50 a.m. One rider will be the winner and have their rent paid up to $2,500. Now, note there is a change this month. Now, classes cannot be canceled. And so a no-show is the $30 fee. Now, this is not surprising. I'm sure there's a lot of people, before this occurred, you had up until 24 hours to cancel with no penalty. They probably had numerous people that were getting spaces and then were canceling, and then they were leaving gaps in those classes. So this is not a surprising move. Just make sure that you know that you are going to do it before you enroll. Now, Rumble is a boxing class, and it is available in certain cities, and that's Alpharetta, Georgia, Chicago, Frisco, Texas, Miami Beach, New York, Washington, D.C., as well as West Hollywood. This is the same reservation situation as SoulCycle. 10:50 a.m., Platinum members get the 10-minute head start. Everybody else at 11 a.m. Once again, you can't cancel out of this class. You will have a no-show cost of $30 if you book and don't attend. Barry's is the new one for the fitness, and they are a well-known brand for HIIT, which is high-intensity interval training. The complimentary class is at the NoHo or Brooklyn Heights location. Do not go to that location to book, though. You need to book through the Bilt app, and complimentary post-workout shake at those locations. Once again, 10:50 a.m. head start for platinum members, 11 a.m. for everybody else. So if you're interested in some fitness to this morning, go ahead and jump on that and get your classes reserved. Now let's talk about the transfer bonus. And this has always been an issue of what are we going to see, that we had a lot of times previously where we had some really good, especially airline redemptions for transfer bonuses on Red Day. That's become a little bit more up and down. But for today, or for March 1st, we're going to have the Hilton up to a 200% transfer bonus. And so what it'll be is blue level, which is the base entry level of membership status that you have with Bilt, will be 150% transfer bonus. And then silver, gold, and platinum all have a 200% transfer bonus. Now, these transfers will become active as of 12 a.m. on March 1st. And the transfers can be done in increments of 1,000 points, except for if you're a blue member, where it requires 2,000. So as far as the value of that, it is a good redemption, but Bilt reward points are so valuable, especially when it is one of only two credit card issuers or programs that deal with Hyatt, which is so special because those hotels are at fixed prices for the most part. And then you have Alaska, that is a very good redemption. So make sure that if anytime you transfer points, that it is for something that you know you're going to utilize, and make sure the numbers work out for you. The other item we're going to talk about is private dining. This is something that Rent Day launched, I think, about a month or two ago. This is specific to New York City restaurants. Prices start at $75 or 5,000 Bilt points. Now, the sale starts today at 11:50 a.m. for platinum members. They get the 10-minute head start again, and noon for everyone else. So if you are in the New York City area for Rent Day, for that potential private dining, you're going to want to do this as soon as that window opens, because they do close up very fast. And then let's talk about Bilt Neighborhood Dining. Now, this is an all-inclusive reservation program that they do on Rent Day. Cocktails and drinks will be at member-exclusive pricing at each of these locations. And they start at $40 or 2,500 Bilt points per person. Now, the bookings on this, once again, start at 11:50 a.m. for Platinum members, noon for everyone else. And so I want to make sure that you have an idea of where these are located so that you can get a jump start on it, because it's not always the easiest to maneuver in Bilt. So I want to make sure to have this for you in an easy to read palette here. So we have Arlington, Virginia for Surreal. Atlanta is Beetle Cat. Charlotte is Superica. Dallas, Komodo. Houston has 2 with Superica and Toca Madera. Miami, Casa Madera, Sparrow, Italia, Casadonna, Gecko, and Komodo. And then Nashville, you have Star Rover Sound. Then you have multiple places in New York. And while I have the different names here, you'll just look under the New York option. So you have Omakase. Now that is in Williamsburg and Nolita. And for that one, that is going to be hand rolling for sushi rolls at each of those locations for a bit of a different experience. And then the theater district, you have Hudson Club. Union Square, New York is ABC Cocina. NoHo is Tucci. And in the meatpacking district, you have Medusa. Phoenix has another Toca Madera. San Francisco, a Lamar. China Live in the Chinatown area. Marianne's and Hilda and Jesse. And then in Washington, D.C., you have Imperfecto and 7 Reasons. Now, once again, limited space. If you're interested in any of these locations, make sure you are ready to book as soon as your window opens. And then Bilt Neighborhood Comedy is something that they've also started a couple of months ago, and it has done really well. And we know that because we're seeing the amount of dates for these comedy shows increasing. Now, these comedy shows are intended to be for up-and-coming performers. And I've not seen one, but I've definitely heard about good reviews from people that have been there. Now, each ticket comes with fast food, which means light bites, and 2 complimentary drinks. It normally has 7 p.m. start time, with their first hour being a cocktail hour. It is for 21 and up and for up to 2 guests. Tickets start at $75 or 5,000 Bilt points. And as you can imagine, 11:50 a.m. for Platinum members, noon for everybody else to book. And we've got times all the way from March 9th to March 24th. You've got March 9th in Boston at Equal Measure, Monday, March 10th in LaDroit Park, D.C. in the back room at Capo. Also on Monday, March 10th, East Williamsburg, New York, you have Antidote. March 11th in Atlanta, Cooks and Soldiers. Also on March 11th, in Miami, Gecko. And then in March 16th, you've got one in Chicago. March 17th, you have Los Angeles at the 71 Studio Bar. Also on the 17th, Seattle at the Space Needle. Tuesday, March 18th in Dallas, the Midnight Rambler. Wednesday, March 19th in Nashville, Pushing Daisies. Also on Wednesday, March 19th in San Francisco at the Pawn Shop. And Monday, March 24th, Long Island City at the Record Room. You might see that all of these locations are not mentioning anything about Comedy Club. That's also part of the attraction of this neighborhood comedy. It is supposed to be at kind of some offbeat places that are not places you would normally have comedy shows. So once again, they fill up quick. Make sure that you're looking for those. And so that is what we have for today on the Bilt availability and offers. And I wanted to make sure to bring that to you. And if you found any of this information beneficial, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I normally have a Thursday live stream where I do a comprehensive look at all of the news in the week, reviewed for points and miles and a bit of travel. But I want to bring these special editions to you so that they are timely. So thank you so much for listening and watching, and we'll talk